My friends, in the following short video, I will share some of my thoughts on monovision. So, monovision is planning a distance target for the one eye when I'm doing cataract surgery and a separate near target for the second eye. Mini monovision is very popular and patients are get used to it much more easily, and this is targeting minus 1.25 in one of the eyes. Success depends on getting an uncorrected plano result with a 6 by 6 vision in at least one eye. So, how much addition is needed while planning monovision? In a very healthy young patient where the eye is capable of 6.4 or 6.5 quality of vision, a 1 diopter add is enough. In the average eye of the patient who comes with a cataract, I target a minus 1.25 add unless they want to look at a computer monitor, in which case I will target a minus 1 postoperative refraction. If the eye is not very healthy and the best corrected visual acuity will be 612 or less, that patient will not be happy with monovision and is best to give glasses for reading after surgery. If a person wishes to read fine print, like a person wants to read the Bible daily, a small print book, or do needlework, we can increase that to plus 3 or a 3.5. So, how do I do monovision? I tell the patient that the first eye will be the seeing eye and they'll be able to see everything clearly, and I target for plano 6 by 6 in the first eye. When they come for the second eye surgery, I ask them how they spend their time at home. Do they use WhatsApp? Do they use a tab? Do they like to read? And I try to target the second eye so that they can do that near work comfortably. Then I tell them I will give them a little bit of reading power for the same cost in the second eye, and the majority of my patients agree happily to this idea. About a third of my patients are referred and they already know that I will be giving them one eye for distance and the second eye will be a reading eye while the first was a seeing eye. They are already aware of this concept. Why do I prefer monovision? I feel it helps my patients see much better, and when the patients are happy, the doctors and the medical staff are also happy. This helps to avoid unnecessary chair time for patients with disturbing visual symptoms that are not uncommon with multifocal intraocular lenses, and so a very stress free life for us. Will the eye doctors choose multifocals in their own eyes? When different groups of doctors were polled online, the visionaries group said yes to 7 out of 17 answers. This is amazing. So, around Chennai and in parts of Tamil Nadu, where the Visionaries WhatsApp group is located, a vast majority will prefer a multifocal lens in their own eye. In a worldwide Telegram group with predominantly pan India uh, group of doctors, 1 in 10 only said they will prefer a multifocal lens in their own eye. When the Shankar Netralaya alumni group was polled, 1 out of 17 respondents said they will prefer a multifocal in their own eye. Among the users of Keranet, when this question was asked a few months ago, 1 out of the 7 replies was an yes. So, why am I not so keen on multifocal lenses? When we are young, our macula is always healthy. Look at my 25-year-old optometrist who has 6 by 6 vision, and we have a macular raster scan in the left side and a 77-year-old pseudophakic patient on the picture to the right. Most of both these patients have 6 by 6 vision. But look at the volume loss. The ganglion cell volume is markedly reduced in the 77-year-old, and we can also see that there is some thinning of the RPE and the outer retinal layers in the older patient. How many of our patients will have healthy eyes as they age? Which one of us will not get an epiretinal membrane? Who can guarantee I will not develop a diabetic macular edema or a drusen in my macula 20 or 30 or 40 years later? In South India, this is the average 65-year-old pseudophakic. They have very small pupils. Is it correct to put a multifocal lens when my patients have such small pupils? There are no clear answers to these questions.
ரெண்டு ஆபரேஷன் பண்ணப்பறம் கிளாஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணல. இல்ல படிக்கும் போது இல்ல. எதுவுமே இல்ல. انا ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பண்ணா வெளியில போறோம்ல கிளாஸ் அடிக்கிறேன். அதுக்கு கொஞ்சம் போட்டுட்டேன். படிக்கிறதுக்கு டிவி பார்த்து போட்டதே கிடையாது. 10 இயர்ஸா போட்டதே கிடையாது. இப்போ அது கையால கொடுத்தீங்க வந்து நான் கையால. But after 2008 I haven't seen her wearing glasses at all.
This is the testimonial from my elderly patient 10 years after cataract surgery. Now, what does data tell us? There are very few non-industry sponsored publications on monovision. But here's a wonderful paper from Zhang and co-authors from the Henry Ford Eye Hospital a few years ago. And their conclusions were that pseudophakic monovision achieved distance and near vision that were comparable with those with bilateral multifocal IOLs without the inherent risk of disturbing visual symptoms associated with multifocal lenses. And they also concluded that monovision patients had significantly better intermediate vision and less difficulty using computers when compared to the multifocal lenses. This was in the early era of multifocal lenses. An Alcon Restore with a +3 ad were used in the multifocal group, and Alcon SN60WF was used in the monovision group. Another study published in 2013 was a randomized trial of multifocal intraocular lenses versus monovision after bilateral cataract surgery from Ofindel et al. The objective was to compare spectacle independence in patients randomized to receive bilateral multifocal IOLs or monofocal IOLs with the powers adjusted to produce monovision. So this is a fairly large study with 212 patients, and the conclusion were an amazing explantation rate of 5% in the multifocal group due to disabling visual symptoms. Uncorrected distance was same in both the groups. Uncorrected intermediate was better in the monovision group, and uncorrected near was better in the multifocal group. Are these results acceptable to my South Indian patient population? The arguments against monovision are quite valid because there is some loss of binocular vision, there is a loss of stereopsis, and there are legal issues for drivers in certain countries. But when I ask my patients, can you read well? Can you eat your food comfortably? Can you dress up, cook? Can you walk down the stairs? Can you drive your vehicle and do your normal work? The vast majority of my monovision patients, a few weeks or months after surgery, are comfortable for all their activity without glasses. Last month, I tested all the patients with monovision for stereopsis. And it is true, without glasses, about 11 of them had poor stereopsis, while when they put the glasses on, all the stereopsis values improved. So monovision does decrease stereopsis, and this can be measured easily with a stereo acuity test. But the fact is, it doesn't make a difference clinically in the way they normally live their life. So we all are used to giving our patients a handout showing different packages and different costs. So in conclusion, monovision and multifocals are both good options. The indications, the contraindications, and the results for the patient and the adaptation time are quite similar. The results depend on avoiding corneal and macular issues. Careful optical biometry and surgical skills are needed. Dear friends, let us concentrate on our patient safety and on our surgical skills and not on the lens.